back to another great episode of the Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, FM 23rd Street. Today we got an amazing guest. But before we get into that, this episode is brought to you by Turning the Tables. Is a financial literacy book. It was written by a brother called Eddie Bell Jr. that's currently incarcerated, serving life for wrongfully convicted murder. But he's turned his life around while he was in there, and he wrote a book that's for the financial literacy. If this is something that you're interested in, make sure you tap in. Hit the link in the bio. Now let's get straight into it, man. Who is Jerron Kennedy?
So Jerron Kennedy is I'll say a very passionate young man that is very intentional, somebody that is walking in his purpose, and somebody that is trying to make a very, very huge impact and leave. People throw the word legacy around a lot, but I'm trying to leave a legacy behind of my works and what I've done for the people from my community, friends and family, all that kind of thing. I'm growing up, I say I went to a lot of funerals, and you know the difference between obituaries that read a lot and some that don't have much to say at all. So for me, I'm big on what that obituary reads at the end of the day and how much that obituary basically explains how much I helped other people during his life. So that's who Jerron is in a nutshell.
Where you from?
I am from West Oak Lane originally, 72nd and Ogon, Summers Road is where I'm from.
What kind of kid were you back then?
I'll say somewhat of a, I guess you'll say a troubled kid now is what I understand I was somewhat, where I did a lot of we ran around. I was like one of the younger guys in the neighborhood at that time. My mom had me at 15, so I was born to a teenage mom, so a lot of people I was around through her was 17, 18, 19, while she was somewhere around 20, maybe 21, 22. So some of those people I was coming up with, just hanging with them and doing a lot of the things they were doing. So at that point, school really wasn't a thing I wanted to do. It was just something where something I had to do to get through it, get home, and get back out and run around and run the streets as a kid. So it was a different type of childhood, but the early 90s was a different time. I'm talking about basically 90, 91 was just a different time.
Definitely was.
Yeah, for sure.
Great time too.
Yeah, it was.
When did you start? When did business start calling you?
I will say you know what's funny? I've been asking myself this question, and my mentor told me that I was just born that way. And that was like deep, like damn, because I've been questioning myself of why I guess have I gone on this journey. And I'll say for me, I think we grew up in the best era ever. Like I turned 40 last year. So for me, growing up watching MTV Cribs and seeing like the basketball players and the entertainers that we admire, how they were living.
Yeah.
And then also I played basketball. So the goal was like, hey, I'm going all the way and this is how I'm going to be living. But also seeing somebody like Magic Johnson doing the TGI Fridays, the movie theaters, and other people in the NBA, Shaq, all the businesses and things they invested in. And then on the hip hop side, was the era of the hip hop mogul, was when we was kids and teens. So watching Master P, Russell Simmons, Jay-Z, Diddy, all these different people do the things they did, I think all of that kind of like just gave me an extra fire. So even if I was born, because you had to be, I believe, born that way to even see and visualize what they doing and make it and believe you can do it. But they were all like huge inspirations to me to even kind of jump into the world of business and do some of the stuff I've done.
Did it kind of hurt your feelings to find out the MTV Cribs was fucking fake?
You know what's funny? I don't know if I've ever found it. I might have missed that. So a lot of the people on Cribs was pump faking?
It was pump faking.
Oh
like
my
a
goodness.
motherfucker. Renting shit.
That's
all
crazy.
types of shit. I mean, most people, Cribs was. I think the realest one was Method Man. For me.
Or what, Redman? When he
Redman, that's what I mean.
And you know what's funny? I feel like somebody said that wasn't his house. Like that was like a spoof. But
it probably, and the crazy
that's
part
crazy.
is
I
still believed it.
For sure, because it was so
was
real.
him.
Like, man,
Like,
this
was
me. Like, this like, what I'm doing. This how I'm living.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely had one of the most hilarious joints back in the day.
Yeah, he definitely did. First job you ever had?
First job I ever had. I just had this conversation Sunday. So I had my uncle was still alive. he was a manager at Burger King. And
Mhm.
that was kind of like the rite of passage job for a lot of my cousins through the
Yeah.
family, as we all came through the Burger King pipeline. So the
Yep.
one at Front Erie, I worked there at 16, and I'm mad because another family member was a manager at Rita's on
Oh
Second and
shit.
Masher.
Yeah.
And he helped me get the job. I think I worked 1 or 2 days at the Rita's and I loved it. But when my
Oh.
aunt called me that the job at Burger King came through, I was scared to tell my uncle that I couldn't do it. So it just, so the Rita's job was cool, but Burger King was like my first job that I was at for a while. I'll say that.
uh, man, that's dope.
Yeah, it was dope. I had a
Uh,
good time, man. A lot of fun.
what is Express Telecommunications?
So Express Telecommunications is a Philadelphia-based telecommunications company that specializes in video surveillance access control right now. But eventually we want to be a part of smart city installations. We want to be
Mhm.
able to build server rooms for AI. We want to go across the country. Like I watched Parts Unknown years ago, and they were in Singapore, was one of the episodes, and the entire city of Singapore is under surveillance
Mm.
and is low crime and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I want to be a part of doing those kind of things, like going to different places and doing telecom installations, fiber installations, and all that kind of stuff. So,
Did you ever feel like this was gonna be your passion?
it's funny. I think I realize that now that people tell you in some cases your passion is the thing you run away from the most.
Mm.
So in saying that, as a young guy, I got a job with Comcast at 21, and it was kind of like my job where it was like, if I get this job, I'm never looking back. And when
Mm.
I started at Comcast, I'm doing this knowing I'm scared of heights. So I'm knowing I got to get on this ladder,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually it's coming. So my old head get me in, he training me all this and that. And I think I called my mom and them and was making a joke of him getting stuck on these spiral stairs in these people's house.
Yeah.
Next day, I'm 40 feet in the air on the ladder on a pole, no harness, no nothing, up there, knees locked, shaking, scared to death. So for me, telecom was just super, super demanding. And because it was so demanding, I wanted no parts of it as a business. So again, I had a water ice truck, I had a recording studio. I was working on opening a juice bar like in 2011, like a water and juice bar with
Mm.
alkaline water before they was bottling it up and
Yeah.
selling it in stores. I was gonna have a water bar with like a Kagan machine and selling alkaline water and juices. I wanted nothing to do with telecom. And
Mm.
I was even the funny thing of the name came from me and my cousin was going to do a van service to the prisons. And
Okay.
it was Kennedy Express was the
Mm.
name.
That's a dope
And
name.
when me and my man was talking about possibly doing this company, I took the Kennedy off and just made it Express Telecommunications. It was game over.
Mm.
Game over.
That's a crazy little story, bro. Cause you didn't answer that one. Who usually needs your service?
Most people that typically need our service, I say everybody typically needs our service. So if it's
Facts.
somebody that has like a security need and they may have something going on, like we've
Mm.
had anything from people having somebody stalking them and they need
Yeah.
surveillance cameras on their house to kind of like prove, hey, this person is stalking me, or they live on a block where it's somebody maybe I won't even say somebody vandalizing their car, but it could be a small two-way street and they always getting their car scraped and that insurance company's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're not paying
Pay
it
for that. Yeah.
anymore. You can prove it like, hey, this happened on
Mm-hmm.
camera, but also like that parent that wants to make sure my kids got home from school safe, or
Mm.
that person that wants to make sure my package arrived safely on my porch, or for like our real estate customers who are building like multi-use buildings or
Yes.
40 to 50 unit buildings and under or more, we have telecom systems and access control systems that we sell people to have like facial recognition,
Mm.
uh pin code access. Now you can even access it on your cell phone. You could text keys to dog walkers, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So on a day-to-day, what we do, telecom impacts every aspect of a person's life. So for me, it could be any scenario where I can insert our company and ourselves and say, hey, we can do this
Yeah.
for sure.
Um. Damn, I had something. I had a great question too.
It'll
We
come
gonna
to you.
skip that.
Right.
But it definitely gonna come. Was starting a business hard?
I say starting a business is not hard. Starting a business to me is the easy part.
Mm.
Cause for me, I've always been one of those guys that like I was the guy that wrote everything down, wrote all his plans down. Like so how Wallow, like he got the book of life.
Yeah.
I had the book of life as well back in 2004, 5, 6. And I still
So.
got all my books that I wrote stuff in. And
Mm.
some of them was fake rap books too, because I was trying to rap
You
too.
was
So it
trying to
got
be a
some
rapper.
rap, it got some couple lines of me rapping it, but I always like wrote down all my plans. And for me, around like 2009, when we kind of start going at music a lot heavier, I formed the Fly Guy Fraternity was the name of the company. It was like Forever Living Young Guy Fraternity.
Hmm.
And I was kind of trying to build that label to eventually like bring on artists like any fraternity from all over the world
Yeah.
to be a part of the fraternity of the Forever Living Young Guy Fraternity type of thing.
Hmm.
So we formed a business that way. And when we formed that company, it was like, oh man, it's nothing to form a business. Cost us $600 and some dollars. And that was
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
compared to what it costs now. So
Shit,
it's
outrageous.
easy to start a business. It's maintaining the business is the hard thing to do. Maintain the business, keep it up, and then scale the business. That's the stuff that's not easy.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Yeah.
Um, First big job you landed.
Oh man. You know what's so funny about that? So 2021, me and my old business partner, we get an office and we like, all right, man, we meet this guy. We like the guy a lot. He likes us, and he has a big office in his space in Elvis
Hmm.
Park. So it's like, man, we get in this office. And I'm a firm believer in sometimes you gotta kind of like go into spaces and do things to kind of like grow into whatever you're doing
Yeah,
sometimes. So
facts.
we get this office on the other end of the hall from him, and we just in there. We mount our TV, we buy a desk, we do all this stuff. We setting this office up, we going after it. This is like 2021, so this is like right after the pandemic. So in the midst of us doing this, we get a phone call from our client with the West Philly Safe
Yeah.
Corridor. And at this point, I don't think we had ever done a job over 20 grand.
Mm.
So we get them, they call us, they tell us their idea, what they want to do, and they wanted to go with Ring at the time. And we just kind of explain, like in the community they're in at that time, maybe Ring may not be a good pick for that program
Yeah.
because elderly people without internet wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
get the camera. You need
Yeah.
Wi-Fi to have the product. So we kind of took them another way, like, hey, let's do a security camera, yada yada yada. And then what ended up happening was we sent them a quote. And we sent them that quote for close to 200 grand. And they said,
Mm.
yeah, you know, it's funny. It was so crazy that when we hit send, we both hid under the desk. Like, cause it just was like, you just dropped the
You
bomb
just
on
dropped the
somebody.
bomb on him.
You sending a quote that expensive, but they approved it and was ready to go. And the funny
Mm.
thing with that is that week and that time we had sent two quotes off to two different clients that were our biggest jobs ever.
Hmm.
And we they both approved them like within the same week of each other. So it's like how God worked. It's like we
Excuse
landed
me,
both
y'all.
of those contracts the same. So we landed like 200 grand in contracts in like a week.
So let me ask you this: when you actually set that 200
Mm-hmm.
grand out, right,
Right.
and they accepted it,
Uh-huh.
did that tell you like, yeah, I'm worth more than this?
I think we learned that
Not
once we
at
start
like
doing
being
it.
greedy, but far
Yeah.
as just
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like anything like we had worked, I'd say 6 years to get to that point. And it was like we might have started at 10, then 15, then
mm-hmm,
65, then 75, then maybe 95. Like as the years we were like stair stepping. And then eventually that was like the breakout year for us. But so we knew we were on to something, but at the same time, it was kind of like, man, still not knowing your worth. Cause
yeah,
you young in this thing, like,
yeah, you
man,
still trying to find it out.
and when they sent it off, I think we learned real early on once we started because again, now we had two clients. So we had all of our existing customers that we had met all from Delaware, Jersey, PA.
Mm-hmm,
And then we had this big contract to install 300 cameras in West Philly. On top of that, we also signed up to wire this 40 unit building for cameras and
mm,
access control and all apartments for data and cable. So in the midst of that, we had to do all that work, and then that's when we realized we was worth way more than we sent out on these proposals, and it cost us some money and some losses and some lessons because we underbid all of them significantly.
mm.
So for
Hardest
sure,
hardest part about
uh huh,
owning the
so
business.
true, yeah, so true,
That was my next question,
yeah,
but that explains it.
yeah.
Um, Biggest mistake you made
Biggest mistake I've made in
in
business.
business? Yeah.
Biggest mistake we've made in business. I'd say just not I'll say not keeping. So with business, you have to learn how to kind of like split yourself in half and never risk your personal side and who you are as a person on that side, even if it's in to help your business thrive. You
Mm-hmm.
kind of got to keep what they say house and state separate. And I'll say one of the biggest mistakes I've made over the last few years is at times if I'm like trying to float a larger contract, I may have used my personal card to maybe pay a contract to pay this
Mm-hmm.
when I should have kind of left church and state separate
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just left the business stuff to and figured it out on that end. So I'll say that that's one of the biggest mistakes I've had to learn and underbidding projects.
Mm.
That's a huge mistake because you're gonna lose.
Something people get wrong about business.
Something people get wrong about business. Something somebody gets wrong about business. I just think people you have to approach business from I say somewhat of a robotic standpoint. A business doesn't have feelings and emotions. It's just a business. And I think some people get that wrong. I think some
Yeah,
people approach business with their personal feelings and emotions.
yeah,
And then business is not personal. It's just business.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's just we all do it. It's just business.
Uh, how many hours do you really work?
Oh man. Last night alone. Shit, Wednesday night, we had one of our customers just move to Delaware. He moved an hour and 48 minutes away.
Mm,
We jumped on the road early to get out there. We get out there at a certain time. We didn't get home until after 11 p.m. Wednesday night.
mm.
After starting that job early in the morning,
Damn.
yeah, we didn't get home till 11 p.m. from
So
that
y'all
job.
work.
Yeah.
Y'all
So
work.
sometimes you get jammed up and you get stuck out there because you don't want to have to drive an hour and a half back. So whatever work you need
Yeah,
to do,
you getting it
get
done.
it done today so that next time you come out here is to add something else. It's not to do the same
Same thing.
thing that you doing today. Nah, we getting
Facts.
this done today. Got stuck in traffic and the storm Wednesday night on our way back home. So
So what so for some business people, because I may have not even did this before either, right? When did you learn to calculate your travel into into the job too?
So in 2023, I did the Rising Contractor Program with Gilbane Construction and the Enterprise Center of Philadelphia.
Mm,
A
big.
friend of mine connected me, which is Joel and JP, big in real estate
Mm-hmm.
throughout the city. And JP is funny. We go back, so we have a common friend, a friend of mine, a close friend of mine from high school, is one of JP's business partners.
Fact.
So he had been trying to connect me and JP since 2014,
Mm,
and it just so happened I think me and him ran into each other at Trades for a Difference on Chew Avenue when he
mm-hmm.
was first building and get ready to get it going. Right after he had just purchased the building, it was under construction. I ran into him and we were talking, and then eventually I looked at my email from the name I got and the number, like, yo, it's the same dude I've been emailing
Yeah.
for 7 or 8 years. This is him in the flesh. So eventually, so me and JP could never connect. We both kind of like were passing each other for years. And in 2023, so we going from 2014 being introduced to a person
Yeah.
to 2023, he finally sat down and I put money in his pocket, like, bro, I need you to stay still for a second and we need to talk.
Talk.
So he basically I entered his mentorship program just for me and him to get sessions of time to communicate and talk because he's an electrician by trade, also a general contractor, and he just gave me the game and he was the one that kind of broke down how you price your jobs out to me. And
Mm,
once he gave me that game, I never looked back because for me, I wasn't pricing the jobs right. I was missing operation calls, what it costs your company to run every day.
mm,
And then I was also missing overhead. So I was missing what so operation calls, overhead, and then I was missing how to factor that operation cost in. So
mm,
basically, is it going to be a 10% operation cost?
mm-hmm.
Or are you going to do 20%, 30? And depending on the project, that depends on how you kind of calculate those numbers in.
Mm,
So on a small and maybe 5%. If it's residential, you may do a 5% operation hit. You know what I mean? Just
mm-hmm.
so that your company can make some money off of this other than just the labor and material cost. So but I learned that from JP and it was the man, it was great information. It was some of the best information I got over the last 3 years.
Oh, man, I missed
Definitely.
that one time, and then I found out. I said, "Oh," and then
Yeah,
nobody told me. It clicked in
for
my
sure.
head like, "Yo, you just had to."
Yeah,
Oh nah, next time you
for
won't get me
sure.
like that.
Gas tank, all that.
All
Like you like, yeah,
that.
gas.
What? Who helped you, or what helped your business grow?
I'll say who helped the business grow. I think it was a bunch of different reasons. Even like my business partner, even though he isn't here anymore with the company, I say early on, he taught me, and I think God put certain people in your life, and
Yeah.
sometimes it don't work out, but at the same time, they were there for a reason when they were there.
Mhm.
And I'll say what helped me, I'm one of those people that have to dot every I, cross every T, and it has to be perfect. His personality was more, I'm jumping. Like the ideas sound great. I'm jumping off the ledge right now. And it's like, no, don't jump yet. Where the parachute? Where
Where the
this?
pay
Where that?
yeah.
And he like, man, I'm just jumping. And I had to learn that from him. So we started in 15. We made it legal in 16 once we knew we had something. About 2017, he was out in the street,
Mm.
left his job, everything. I'm out here. And I'm looking at him like, man, you sure? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This what this
That's
what
what
you
you want.
doing? And but I respected it, you know what I mean? And I understood it. So and then 2 years later, 2019, I was out. I'm like, all right, I'm sliding. I took a retirement package from Verizon and I slid. It's like, all right,
Mm.
it's time to go. So I hope that did that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Facts. How important is credit to your in your profession?
Oh man, to me, if I didn't have good credit and if I didn't have lines of credit, I wouldn't be where I am now. I
Mm.
probably would have been out of business because being like I won't say overly ambitious, but being an ambitious person that's like going after $100,000 contracts and going after this material calls, you have to pay contractors if you're not doing all the work yourself. And
Yeah.
when you paying these different people, they want their money when they want their
With
money.
money, yeah.
And my credit, I was able to use it and leverage it to get me to this point where I am now,
Mm.
where now I'm a part of the union. We're now bidding on multiple large contracts,
Mm.
and it's a great thing. But
Yeah.
my having good credit and utilizing my credit got me to this place of more opportunity, I'll say now.
Mm.
So yeah, credit is king, man. It's important.
Biggest money mistake entrepreneurs make.
Biggest money mistake entrepreneurs make.
Well, let's go to this.
Right.
Biggest mistake, biggest biggest money mistake you made in your company.
Sometimes, so I'll say my so what most entrepreneurs don't do, and I'm still learning now, is pay yourself first.
Mm.
So meaning typically when we get paid and when we get money, we pay everybody else but ourselves first.
Self,
We
yeah.
make sure everything else and everything is good, all the bills is good, and don't make sure we good. But now I've realized and learned that if you not good, nothing is good. Nothing's gonna
Yeah.
work without you being good.
Yeah.
So paying yourself first is one of the most important things, but it's one of the largest mistakes entrepreneurs make is we take care of everything else around us
Mm.
and we'll be drowning
Yeah.
trying to figure things out when no, make sure you good first and then everything else after.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge mistake we make as entrepreneurs.
Best investment you ever made.
Best investment I ever made was investing in myself.
Mm.
Was investing in like you say, credit information, going to networking events early on. Cause I used to go to events when Nehemiah used to do them 2011,
Okay,
2012,
yeah.
before I had another business, before I was doing anything, but I was also just building relationships. I just wanted to
Hmm.
be in a room. So I might have had the recording studio at the time, but I wasn't really selling anything
Okay.
or marketing anything. I just wanted to be in a room with other entrepreneurs and kind of like gain inspiration and build
Yeah.
relationships, and it
Yeah.
worked tremendously. I still have a lot of relationships with those people. So
Yeah.
it was to me that was one of the best investments I made in myself, was kind of like just investing in me and putting myself out there.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at now. Is this summer I'm instead of hanging with, and I don't want to call these people nobodies because
Right, I get
everybody
you.
got
Yeah,
information.
everybody somebody, yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? And I don't want nobody to feel like they being disrespected, but
Right,
I think I want to change my surrounding of just being with business people and
for sure,
entrepreneurs
for sure.
so I can learn the business or even maybe
Right.
I can maybe even help in some type of aspect or they can maybe even help me in some type of aspect. And I think that's where I'm at right now with it.
Definitely. I think that's important to so I've been talking about that maybe the last 4 or 5 years, where it's like I use the word or term finding your tribe. So I've been like big on
Hmm.
that. Like I
Yeah.
even when I got married, I had like a pendant of the wolf, like the lone wolf, kind of like
Yeah.
looking for a new pack type of thing
Hmm.
symbolically. And that's very important, like the group of people you're around. And
Around,
for
yeah.
me, it's like like you said, I won't say because I like love all my friends I came up
Facts.
with, but to get where I'm trying to go on that next level, I need to have new relationships with new
Relationships.
people that can help me go further and push me further,
Yeah.
and can give me advice that some of my friends may not be able to give me because some of it's not coming from lived experience.
Facts.
So definitely, so I'm kind of like cutting the middle. I still like to kick it with my friends when we can, which is rare.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I've been building like a new circle, I'll say, of men and entrepreneurs that I just
Mm-hmm.
love to be around, love to hang around, love to call and catch up with each other, and just
Mm-hmm.
and some most of them are family men as well. So it's
It's
kind
a
of,
win-win.
yeah, it's a win-win. So it's a great thing. So that's very important of like the circle of people you surround yourself with when it comes to trying to like thrive and go to
Yeah.
the next level for
Level.
sure.
Yeah.
Most
Facts.
definitely.
Advice for someone starting a business today.
Take a step back. I just learned this
Mm.
thing called it's a term they call how and why,
Okay.
or who and why. Who do you need to make your business run or operate, and why you need them?
Facts.
And then one of the first things you do is figure out how to incorporate that person day one.
Okay.
Because you, as a young entrepreneur, somebody trying to get into entrepreneurship, the first thing you want to do is, do you want a job or do you want to run a business? Do you want to work in your business or do you want to work on your business? And if
Mm.
you want to work on your business, then you need to be a step back away from your business,
Yeah.
watching everything play out and watching the operation. So you need somebody that who and why person could be the person running the daily operations of your
Yeah.
company and helping it scale, while you are also helping your company scale in another way. So I think a lot of people, we jump into it and jump right out there and we create a job for ourselves.
Facts.
And if you're new and you want to get into entrepreneurship, you need to figure out what you want to do and if you can find somebody else to do it.
That's crazy because that's the best advice. I
Bro,
wish
man, listen.
before I started, I did that, but I'm a different type of person. Like I like to learn
For sure.
as I'm going.
Most
You know what
definitely.
I'm saying? And
Most definitely.
if I would have took that step back, I probably would have been a little bit further than what I am now.
All of us, bro.
Because on a simple fact of the matter of knowing the places that you need people.
Right.
And I think when people start businesses, they say, I do this shit by myself. I don't need nobody.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
my big joke,
And
my mantra, we outwork the work. And
yeah,
it's like, man,
yeah,
listen, that work
yeah.
outworked me Wednesday.
Yeah,
Like, listen, that work cooked
it,
me
it
Wednesday, bro.
cooked me. I don't
Oh
know if I'm gonna
man.
get up the bar, but we
Listen,
ain't got no
you
choice.
ain't got no choice but to get up and
Um,
keep going.
so you also have a nonprofit.
Right.
Can you explain the name and what made you get into it?
So Urban Tech Collective, we came up with that name eventually. Oh well, originally I wanted it was gonna be named the I Am Tech program.
Okay.
And when we found out that name was taken by another company in UK, it was just like, hey man, we in the city. The
Excuse me.
derogatory term sometimes other people
Yeah.
use for the city is urban, and it's like, let's go with the Urban Tech Collective, because
Yeah.
the main idea is, hey, we may specialize in video surveillance and access control, but I may want to bring in a guy that does fire and teach. I
Yeah.
also want to bring somebody in that teaches IT or coding or web development or app development, along basically a STEM program, telecommunications and a world of communications cast a wide net.
Mm.
So with that collective, meaning it's a collective of us coming together
Yeah.
to bring up the youth, bring up people from the reentry population,
Mm-hmm.
and introduce them to the world of technology. So that was kind of like the idea and the concept of why the Urban Tech Collective was created.
Mm.
We do a lot of volunteering. We volunteer with mainly with the KB Foundation. So we've been in quite a few schools, kind of doing like workshops and kind of teaching kids how and what telecommunications is, my background as an entrepreneur, what it took me to get started, and then also kind of doing some Cat 5 assembling and crimping cable, and then testing it to make sure it's working, hooking
Mm.
cameras up and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
It get deep, man.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's
Why
pretty
should
cool.
why should people learn tech skills?
Man, it's very important. Like you said earlier, with you was like your pop couldn't get you to do the work in the hand.
Right.
I was the same way. My step pop was a carpenter, worked for PHA 30 years. And I used to see him come home in that blue dicky. I wanted no parts of it. No parts of it. I was cool, but like again, I was a hooper, and I wanted to go to school and nothing else, own businesses, and I wanted to be like corporate guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until I started working at Comcast where I fell in love with like the tools and getting my hands dirty and like working with my hands, and then learning the background of the communications world. So to me, even your cell phone is communications, and a lot you'd be surprised how many people don't even know how to work their cell phones properly. So for
Facts.
me, we all should learn some kind of facet of the communications just to
Mm-hmm.
work our cell phones or work our TV with the fire sticks and all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of people can't do the basic everyday necessity
No.
streaming. Me and my wife talk about that all the time now that a lot of these NBA games and baseball games are going to streaming platforms. We
Yep.
always
You
feel
feel it?
bad for the
Mm.
older people or people that may not be tech savvy that got to miss a game because
They can't
they
watch
don't
it.
know how to operate their technology. So I think telecommunications and just technology in general is very important to learn because it's not going anywhere. It's only going to advance more and more
Facts.
for
Well,
sure.
a little backstory on the situation like far as the Dicky. I
Right.
watched my dad do that shit too, and it was more so like my dad was a plumber.
Right.
My dad he worked on cars. My dad also did fucking the backhoe
Right.
driving,
Oh yeah.
bro. Listen, all this shit come from jail.
Yeah.
He did
Crazy.
16 years in jail.
Oh yeah. And
Dad
came out
got
here and
caught.
was a beast.
My dad got caught with 100 and something tons of marijuana back then, a day in a tractor trailer, bro. So like he always was a hustler.
Right.
But I never really got to see that. I was young when that shit
Right. I
happened.
got
But
you. You seen the work of the blue collar
I
guy
sent
that
the work of the blue collar,
right.
but just coming home straight out of jail and
Yeah.
the work ethic was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The only side I got from him
Right.
is keeping my clothes clean.
Yeah.
That's the only side I got. Bro, my shit get dirty, I be bad.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, I ain't with it. So
Man,
I
listen.
definitely get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I still got a work ethic when it comes to
Right.
certain things. Like business was always in my
Right.
mind. I just still was just trying to figure out where my niche was at.
Definitely.
And
I get
even
that.
with the podcast is really not my niche because if anybody that really know me, I
Right.
don't talk.
Well, you doing great at it right
I,
now for sure.
I appreciate that,
Definitely.
bro.
You growing in
Um,
different areas though, man. So that's
yeah,
a dope thing.
and that
Somebody told me something about that to go back on that Blue Dicky real quick because we talk about like a lot of the young people now and why they don't like even us back then. And my old head told me he made a statement. He said hard work don't look sexy.
no,
And that's kind of the biggest thing where it's like it doesn't look appealing to work as hard and do these things. But then when you have to jump out there and start doing it, you realize how rewarding it is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
And when niggas don't even understand, and I'm gonna be real about this, bro. The niggas that actually had the jab had more bitches than the niggas that was selling drugs.
oh, for sure,
Low key though.
for sure, because
Low key they
the
had the
the the
bitches.
drug thing is like I say it's forever fleeing, and
Yeah.
and it's not safe. So
Mm-mm.
like even if women play with you and they like it and they turned on by that kind of thing, they know it's like only for a moment in time
Facts.
because something's gonna have you either not gonna be here
Yep.
or you're gonna be in jail. Either way, you're not here. You know what I
And
mean? You can't.
women,
Most people don't get the 1% gets to retire and invest and use their drug money to do something with. Where the guy that work is the safer guy. He's the
yeah.
person you could build a life with, build a future
Yeah.
with. So it's I
Even if he
definitely
got a
understand it.
wife.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Oh yeah,
nigga-
especially them back then. Yeah, what? That, you
what?
kid, that
Back then
ain't
was
what?
crazy, bro.
Listen,
Listen,
with that job with multiple families, like,
what?
listen,
That
man,
trash
what?
truck man was running around
Listen,
drawing. He
the
had the good
postman,
pick.
the
Yup,
milkman, they
yup,
all was wilding out back
yup.
then. Oh man.
Um, what tech job are people sleeping on today?
I say one of the biggest ones to me is IT.
Mm,
IT is a good field, and it's a few certifications. Like you get Google certifications.
mm.
You could get I know a big one years ago was still as big as Cisco certifications,
Okay, I heard of that one.
or just kind of like going to school for 2 to 4 years and getting that degree in IT. Man, let me tell you something. People entry level IT with some of the Google certifications is somewhere around like 85, 90K a year.
Mm.
So once you go get that degree, I know guys making 175 a year and up
Yeah,
just doing that. And
and
we
killing
talk
them.
about the dangerous jobs where guys is like jumping off the helicopter onto the power lines and they making a
Hmm.
$250,000, but I could just go to school for a couple years, get the IT degree, and make 175
175.
to $200,000 a year. It's like, huh?
Yep.
And moonlight if you wanted to, and also create your
Yep.
own company and have customers with small businesses that you manage their accounts. So it's a
Yeah.
bunch of different ways you could play that game.
I look at IT like plumbing, electric,
Right.
because you can work for a company,
Yeah,
but you also could do side shit.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And
For
them
sure.
numbers that them electric people hit you
Oh
with,
man, listen.
I don't care if they working for a company
Listen.
or a
Oh no,
side.
the number is the number. The
The
number
number is
we
the
tell the
number.
number
I
is the
said,
number, baby.
damn,
It's on. It is what it
nigga, you
is.
want 1,400 just to change that joint
Oh
in
yeah,
there,
that's he
bro?
said, yeah, that's the number.
I said, oh, that's wild.
Most definitely. That's what they said. That's what they charge. That's what they charge.
Yeah, that's what they
Oh,
charge you.
all right.
They be like, damn, all right, bro, all right, it's
Listen.
cool.
Uh-huh.
So we got a little spicy questions, man.
Go ahead. I'm
Let's get
listening.
into
You
it.
said we get spicy. You said 10-piece spicy. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh
What's
man.
fake about Instagram entrepreneurs?
I just think they don't give you the real. So a lot of Instagram entrepreneurs, again, like most people, they only give you the highlight reel, but them even more because they got the gas turned up even more with they Jones, and they don't give you like background and what's really
Really
going
going
on.
on?
And I get it, but to me, you would gain more trust with the people, even though some people believe the fluff because most people visual, so they
Yeah,
just believe it. But you would get and gain a more genuine connection if you were real, if you showed both sides of the coin
yeah.
because you're not always up. You're not always doing
Mm-mm.
great. It's going to be with anybody knowing business. Business is a roller coaster. You got ups and you got
Got
downs, but
doubts.
with the Instagram entrepreneur, you never see the down. They
Yeah,
always up. That's the part. That's when you know it's cat. That's when
but
you know
that
something ain't
that
right.
be killing me too, because it be like, bro, you charging me for the information and you still ain't giving me the full
Not at all. That's
information.
the game. That's the
And
game.
it's like,
Yeah,
damn,
that's
I
the
ain't,
game.
bro.
That's the game, bro.
And it's so crazy, and I'm happy for those that actually helped me. And
Right.
the sad part about it is most of them weren't my people.
Yeah, but on top of that, though, most people that want to help you, in most cases, they not going to charge you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
respect the people that charge people to help them. Cool. I'm not mad at you. Make your money. But
I'm
a
charging
lot
them.
of those people, yeah, for sure.
I'm
But a lot
charging
of
them.
those people that charge you, like you say, the courses and all that, in most cases, some of that information, like most of them know, like, one, most people don't even learn like that. Most people
Nah.
not going to learn in a room full of 30-some people to 100 people. Most
Mm-mm.
people need one-on-one anyway. So I guess maybe that's the next upsell. Like once I get you
Yeah,
from this group, now I'm gonna sell you the one-on-one and we kind of like go from there. So it's just it kind of is what it is, but I'm not mad at nobody making their money. But at the same time, what I don't want to happen is the distrust like happen in the
yeah.
community, and like people from our community already are trying to find excuses why not to kind of pursue more and
Feel
go
like,
do
oh,
more.
yeah.
And I don't need people like helping fuel the fire while some of our people don't ever want to jump out there because they jumped out there, got burned, and now they like, man, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. Because listening to John Hope Bryant talk, like the only way we get out of our conditions as a people is as a collective one, but also working together and also
Mm,
creating more businesses out here.
mm.
That's the only way
You
collectively we
gotta
gonna
say that
grow.
again. You gotta say that
Yeah,
again,
bro.
bro.
The only way we gonna grow collectively as a people is starting more businesses, coming together and working together with each other, bro. That's the only way we gonna grow. That's the only way we take it to the next level.
But
That's
I'm
it.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm charging y'all. But I'm hands on. So if you
No,
in the
listen.
Philadelphia area, if
Time
you want to
time
know
is
about
money.
podcasts,
Yeah, time is money,
come
bro.
hit me up, bro. I'm gonna take you step by step
There
about
you go.
everything you need to know for a
There you
small
go.
fee. I ain't gonna play with you. You don't need me. You don't do
Right.
nothing. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to get, every app you need to get, all that. I ain't gonna play no games with you. Trust me. Come bring that money over
There
here.
we go.
Ain't no ebook. It's hands on.
Hands on. I know that's right.
24/7, 7 days a week
There we go. Hands
for
on
one
records.
small check.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Forget all that. Worst client you ever had?
Oh man.
B,
Worst client
keep
we
it
ever
real.
had. We had a young lady. So we did the cameras for, I think, front and back of the house. Everything was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then my partner started sending me like clips from her Instagram, and she like threatening to go in on us and all this other stuff because the way the house was laid out was like you ever been in that horseshoe off Shellingham Ave, like Walnut Park Drive?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're
And
talking about too.
they got like some of their houses like uptown houses. Well, that's
Weird.
part of uptown, but this it comes off of the building and kind of like sticks out on its own.
Okay.
And it was like a camera bell on it. So it was like, all right, well, you got the camera bell there. We're gonna put the camera further away to kind of like catch the front of your house, your car, plus some of the door.
Mm-hmm.
she wanted the camera at the door. And it was like, okay, so we'll just add an additional one or relocate it, whatever the case is. Now, mind you, we were there for hours on this 2-camera install at that. And she was threatening to like put our business on blast, do all this crazy stuff. So we just ended up giving Shorty her money back and we left it at that. Came and took all the equipment out and was done with it.
Damn, so you'll call that one a lesson that costs you money.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Most
That was
definitely.
my
I
next
said,
question.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
That was
like we
crazy.
got you.
If you had 10K today, how would you flip it?
Me, 10K today, I'll be honest. So with us,
Because you get more than that.
yeah, initially we didn't do all of our business up until this point has been mainly either like feet on the ground, networking and,
Yeah.
and going out to see people on like a larger scale. So construction companies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm always, my van is wrapped. I always got my hoodies on with my number and all that on the back of it. So for me, I'm always networking and marketing the brand, but we've never like invested money in like marketing.
Real market.
Whether it be Google, whether it be podcast, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
if I had 10 grand a day, I would put that 10 grand out on the street and make it work for me. And it'll come right back. It'll come back 1 or 2
I got another
jobs.
play for you too.
Oh, for sure. 1 or 2 jobs,
You
it'll be
my
right
man. I
back.
fucks with you, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about.
If you lost everything tomorrow, what's your first move?
First move if I lost everything tomorrow. Man, it would be start another business. Honestly. Like my first move if I lost everything tomorrow would be
Excuse me, y'all.
No, you good.
Damn, that was good.
Cause it would be it's I'm one of those people that see business in everything. So
Yeah.
that's why understanding that thing when my mentor said you were born that way, because I don't go to a restaurant eat without looking up how much it is to franchise it. Damn, how much they charge to franchise this joint. If I'm in the sneaker stores, I'm looking it up. I'm at Chick-fil-A, like I look up how much everything costs to be an owner.
Chick-fil-A, y'all nutty as shit.
Yeah, that I ain't going to go in on them, but yeah, they
I'm
crazy.
going.
They cap you off. I think they cap you off at like 150,000 a year or something. The store could be doing millions.
And you still got work. So I get it though, because they fronting you everything.
For sure, I get that.
So, but you still got to work too. That's the crazy part. Yeah.
Like, no, I got manager. What am I? I'm the GM.
It's like the GM manager.
Okay,
you got to manage the store, but you gotta have bro. It's too much. Like
Yeah,
they. I mean, it's 10 grand.
I get it. I don't like the cap.
I think
off.
it might be 5 grand, but I don't know. It might be 10 grand to start.
I know at one time it was like 3,500. They were low. They had a low buy-in, but it could be somewhere
But
around
that's
there now.
even lower now.
Right. It was lower before.
You ain't gonna really see none.
Yeah, but for me, I'm not sure how long it is that they keep you capped at the 100 or 150,000 a year.
Yeah, it's a long.
I'm not sure if it's until you recoup everything you owe.
Nah,
or if that's what it is always, whatever the build out fees and all that is supposed to be.
But they own
in the
everything.
franchise, they charge you for building out. Like I know a guy was going to do a Rita's water ice in Vegas, and typically I think Rita's buy-in was like 75 then, but they wanted double because the concept wasn't proven on the West Coast yet. So it was kind of like we taking on a lot of risk even doing this with you and building it out there. So man, I get paying build out.
I know you talk about that.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's
crazy.
But I get it. Like it's an opportunity, but they want a lot still. Like even past the money.
Because how does it work with open multiple? I can't work at.
Well, I think you got.
I guess I got to float.
Your first one has to be, I guess, manageable.
Okay.
Where the manager can run it, I guess. But I know somebody to open up 2 of them.
Okay.
And she's a good girl too. Shout out to you. I ain't gonna speak your name out there.
The
like
one
that.
on City Ave you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's love.
Yeah.
I seen that. That was dope. I always smile when I see people post about her. That's dope.
Yeah, and the crazy part is I watched her start out working.
Yeah.
Like actually working.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they see it
sometimes.
Some people
she always was smart.
Yeah,
though.
some people shine bright.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to realize too. Like some people just shine bright, and when you see that and they eager to learn and they want to know everything, that's kind of the people you put on that trajectory to keep going.
She always was a smart girl. I definitely
you don't own 2 Chick-fil-A's without being.
That is, you don't own one without being.
At all. At all.
Tell people where they can find you at.
So on Instagram, I'm at Camera Guy J, or you can reach out to our business as well at Express Telecommunications. You could, what else you give? Our telephone number if you want to call us for services is 267-270-2129. You hit prompt 1, you get Anthony on the phone. I'm removed from the telephone these days, but at Express Telecommunications on Instagram or at Camera Guy J on Instagram, or you could call us or text us at 267-270-2129. We still do free estimates for people. We still do site surveys and walkthroughs for you as well. If you just want to call us and kind of inquire about what we think you should do as far as cameras or brands, just give us a call and let us know. We open to talk and teach and make moves and build relationships with people. So just let us know.
And they put up TVs and shit too. So all
And
y'all
we put
folks
up
that, you know
TVs,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, we came in today and
Tap
got
in.
busy. You know what I
Tap
mean?
in. Tap in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, we at the end. Until then, you already know the vibes.